Do you want to speed up your image processing and uploading workflow? Stick around because I'm gonna give you 4 tools which you should be using as a stock photographer. I will tell you why I think they're great and how can you benefit from them. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Luca and I'm a full-time stock photographer and videographer. If this is your first time here and you want to learn more about stock photography, you're in the right place, so subscribe to my channel for even more videos like this. Okay, like I said, today we're gonna talk about tools, or actually apps and services that will make your life easier when it comes to processing and uploading your images. Some of these tools are designed specifically for iStock, but of course also if you're uploading to other sites, I think you'll find some valuable info here. Basic tools for editing your photos are Photoshop and Lightroom, but that's obvious, so we won't talk about those two now. What we will talk about are tools that are not necessary, but I wish I knew about them when I was starting in stock. They can speed up your workflow quite a lot. Okay, so let's get down to business. When you're using Lightroom for selecting your photos and you're going through them to add stars, flags or whatever method you're using, it's really time consuming because Lightroom is quite slow in loading your images, and that can be very annoying when you want to go through them quickly and select the best ones. So to do that I use an app called Photo Mechanic, and when I discovered it, it was just mind-blowing. When you're scrolling through the images, it loads them instantly without any lag. And that's actually the only thing that I'm using it for. I open a folder of images from a shoot in here, go through the images, give 5 stars to the ones that are good and 1 star to the ones that are not good. So blurry, with closed eyes, weird poses and so on. When I'm finished, I delete the ones with 1 star and I close Photo Mechanic. Then I import that folder into Lightroom, which also reads ratings from Photo Mechanic, and I can apply filter to only show me 5-star images so I can continue to work on those. It's really super fast compared to Lightroom. So I'm using Photo Mechanic only for that, but actually you can do a lot more with it. You can ingest images from your memory cards to your computer, and while doing that you can also rename the files, set up their paths, backup them, add keywords and do some other stuff as well. The downside is that it's not for free. It costs $139, but I can definitely say the app is worth it. If you don't have it yet, go to their webpage, I will put a link down in the description, and try it for free for 30 days and you will see what I'm talking about. The second tool is designed for managing model and property releases. Clearly, if you're shooting people, you will need model releases, and if you're shooting in specific locations, like home interiors, you will need property releases. One option is to bring printed releases with you on the shoot, and the other one is to download an app called Easy Release, where you can create model and property releases that can be signed digitally. And this app will make your life easier. Firstly, you won't have to bring papers with you, all you'll need is a phone or a tablet. Secondly, you enter photographer's profile in the app only once, and you don't have to do it again for every individual release. And thirdly, if you're shooting the same models a lot, their profiles are saved in the app also, so you don't have to fill it over and over again. Also, you can send signed releases together with a photo of the model to your email, so you don't have to scan it and add picture of the model to it later in Photoshop. The app offers releases in several different languages, and you can also modify the text, but for stock photography the standard one includes all the necessary fields and info, so just stick to it and you'll be fine. The downside is again that it's not free, it costs $9.99, but I think it's worth it. Now let's check 2 other tools that are free, but at the same time they are very valuable. If you just started to upload images to iStock, it's hard to know which tools are the best. When I started, for example, I didn't know about any third-party tools and it was much harder to upload than it is right now. At that time, I could only upload 1 image at a time and had to add keywords, model and property releases to each image separately. So yeah, it took me a lot of time to do all that without third-party tools. Now this process is much easier with ESP, the official uploading webpage for both iStock and Getty Images, which has been implemented a few years ago. Now you can upload in batches, add keywords and releases to several photos at the same time. They also have suggested keywords feature, which is great. So it's a lot easier and faster than it was a few years ago. But there are 2 third-party tools that will speed up your workflow even more. And those are DeepMeta and qHero. Let me explain three main things that bother me in ESP so you can understand why I like the other two better. First of all, you can't copy keywords from image to image easily. They have this thing called templates, but it's very time consuming if you want to simply copy keywords from one image to another. You have to save metadata from one image as a template and then go to the other image and apply the template there. Another thing is that keywords are not arranged alphabetically but in some random order, so when you want to check if you have already added a particular keyword, it's very hard to find it. And finally, model releases. You have to enter a few models information when uploading a model release, but okay, you have to do that also in DeepMeta and qHero. But for example, if I'm using the same models over and over, here in ESP I have to enter all this info every time when I upload a release. Also, if you have two batches from one shoot, you're not able to copy releases from one batch to another, and you have to enter all those information again. And those are the reasons why I don't use ESP and I like DeepMeta and qHero more. DeepMeta allows you to create batches, add images or videos, add keywords and releases, and upload to iStock. Workflow is much easier. You can copy images from one batch to another. Also, you can copy paste keywords and model releases from image to image. Same as ESP, DeepMeta also has the feature to suggest keywords based on the title you entered, and that can be very useful. It can also sync all the statistics and statements from ESP, so you can quickly see how much you earned, which images were sold, and many other useful things. qHero is another great tool for uploading. It's an online service, so you have to upload your images to qHero first and add keywords and releases there, and then you can submit images to iStock directly from there. And I love that because I can actually upload images to qHero in my office and keyword them from my home laptop. Or if I outsource keywording to another person, I just give him an access to qHero and he can work on my images from wherever he wants. Same as in DeepMeta, also here you can create batches, add images and releases, copy-paste keywords and releases easily, and move images from one batch to another. It also has a suggested keywords feature, which is a little bit different from the one in ESP and DeepMeta. qHero actually analyzes the images and recognizes what's on them and suggests keywords based on that, which sometimes can work great, but sometimes it can also recognize things that are not in the images. They also have a retouching service, but I don't use it because it's just too expensive for the amount of retouching that my images need. There you have it. Those are 4 tools that will help you to speed up your workflow in stock photography. All of them are linked down in the description, so go check them out. And if you want to learn more, be sure to check my other videos about stock photography, and if you have any questions, write them down in the comments below. If you find my tips useful, hit that like button, subscribe, and also hit the bell so you'll be notified about my new videos. Thank you again for being here, I appreciate your support, and I'll see you in the next one.